Now, as you have learned with angular velocity and angular displacement, now let us move to a relation between angular velocity and linear velocity. You all must be familiar with the word linear. Linear means straight line. Linear velocity you have used in equation of motion. You all know straight line or rectilinear velocity. The velocity in the rectilinear motion is known as linear velocity, and the velocity is circular motion is known as angular velocity. Angular velocity is always directed toward the center of circular path. Linear velocity is always directed tangential in the circular path. Now, as here I must mention that change in angular velocity is always directed towards the center of circular path. Linear velocity is along circumference which keeps on changing. So angular velocity is given by angular velocity omega is given by or delta theta by delta t. But you all know angular displacement is linear displacement upon radius. So here angular velocity is written as d by dt of s by r. In place of theta I am writing s by r, that is displacement upon radius. No, this is written as what is ds by dt? Change in displacement upon change in time, which is known as linear velocity. So omega is v by r. So here you are getting a relation v is equals to r omega. This is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. That is, linear velocity is r times angular velocity. Similarly, linear displacement is equals to r times angular displacement. So this is the relation of linear motion with angular motion. This is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. You can further solve it, r omega 2 pi f. This can also be the formula for linear velocity in terms of angular motion. So v is equals to r omega is relation between angular velocity and linear velocity. Now next is centripetal or radial acceleration. I will denote it as AR. Now there is a new term, centripetal. Centripetal means directed towards center. As you have seen that change in angular velocity is always directed towards the center of circular path, and acceleration is rate of change of velocity. So that means direction of velocity will give the direction of acceleration. So if the change in velocity is directed towards, if change in velocity is directed towards the center of circular path, then radial acceleration or acceleration, centripetal acceleration, is also directed towards the center of circular path. Therefore, centripetal acceleration can be defined as acceleration in a circular motion always directed towards the center of circular path. This is known as centripetal acceleration. So that means if a body is performing circular motion, it has an acceleration which is always directed towards the center of circular path. So in a uniform circular motion, there is only one acceleration directed towards center, which is known as radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration. That means in case of non-uniform circular motion, you are having a change in velocity along the circumference also. So there you will get a tangential acceleration also, that we will discuss in non-uniform circular motion. Now what is the expression or derivation of centripetal acceleration? Now see, this is the center. Object starts from A having velocity v1, reaches at B with velocity v2. This part is small ds, change in displacement. This is r. Now you can see the diagram, vector diagram of velocities also. As you all know that this is uniform circular motion. In a uniform circular motion, speed remains constant. That is, magnitude of velocity remains constant, which means v1 is equals to v2 is equals to v. This is mod. Mod means magnitude. Now here you can see this point is B. Without these two diagrams, you cannot derive an expression for acceleration. This is change in velocity. Now this is V, this is V1, this is V2, but again I am emphasizing that V1 is equals to V2 is equals to V. Now as the angle is theta here, angle between V1 and V2 will also be theta, because these two angles are perpendicular. You all know tangent is perpendicular to radius. So this angle remains same. So from these two diagrams you can see that in similar triangles OAB and PQR, you can see why they are similar. This need not to be proved, but you know that this is having V magnitude, this is having R. So V by R, this is also V, this is also V, because they are having magnitude same. This is radius. So ratio of corresponding sides are equal. Angle between the corresponding sides is same. So both the triangles are similar. That is not needed to be proved in this derivation of centripetal acceleration. I am considering in similar triangles OAB and PQR, dV by V is equals to ds by R. Which means that dV can be written as V by R ds. Now dividing both sides by the change in time. Dividing both the side by change in time, dV by dt is equals to V by R ds by dt. Now you all know that rate of change of velocity is acceleration and rate of change of displacement is velocity. So this acceleration is known as centripetal acceleration. AR is equals to V by R into V, which means AR is equals to V square by R. This is the expression for centripetal acceleration. Radial acceleration is V square by R. If you replace V by R omega, so it will become R square omega square by R. So that means centripetal acceleration is equals to R omega square. This is in terms of angular velocity. So acceleration will have the same unit. Unit of acceleration will be meter per second square and dimension will be LT minus 2. So this is centripetal acceleration, which always acts along the center of circular path while performing circular motion. So this is the expression of centripetal acceleration. It can be further written as AR is equals to 4 pi square F square R on further solving in terms of frequency. So if the question, this part is very important, centripetal acceleration and derive its expression. So expression is up to here. If you further resolve into further components, it will be like this. So this is about centripetal acceleration and relation between angular velocity and linear velocity. Thank you for the day. I am now giving you 2 questions for Google form.